It's a peculiar corner of the world, the sovereign citizen movement. People who live amongst us using the same roads and shops yet fundamentally believe they are separate from the society that surrounds them. They don't recognize the government. They don't think laws apply to them. They see taxes as theft, official documents, passports, driver's licenses. This isn't just a quirky political stance. It's a deeply held conviction that the state is an illegitimate corporation and they, as individuals, are sovereign nations of one. It's a worldview built on a complex, often confusing interpretation of legal texts and historical documents, creating a reality entirely of their own making. This belief system can lead its followers down a very dark path. When you genuinely believe the authorities have no power over you, any interaction with them can feel like an act of aggression. A simple traffic stop becomes an illegal kidnapping. A court summons is seen as a fraudulent demand. This creates a constant state of conflict, as the ideology can be a powerful catalyst, transforming abstract anger into concrete plans for violence against the state they so vehemently reject. The investigation didn't begin with a bang, but with a whisper. Dutch intelligence services, the AIVD, had been monitoring the growing sovereign citizen scene for some time. They were concerned about the increasingly radical rhetoric they were seeing online, and about reports from informants. In late 2023, their attention zeroed in on a specific group. The chatter was becoming more than just talk. It was starting to sound like planning, mentions of acquiring weapons, discussions about taking action, a growing fixation on a major upcoming event. The police were alerted, and covert Operation 26 Lamont was quietly launched. Police used classic investigative techniques to infiltrate the group. Their most powerful tool, an undercover agent. He managed to infiltrate the small circle, earning their trust over several months. He attended their meetings, he listened to their conversations. He reported everything back to his handlers. Alongside undercover work, investigators used electronic surveillance. That surveillance captured conversations the suspects thought were private. Every recorded word became another piece of evidence, building a case that this was a developing terrorist cell. The group's alleged target was as ambitious as it was terrifying. The NATO summit in The Hague, summer 2024. This wasn't just any event, it would bring together world leaders, top diplomats, military officials under massive security. For the suspects, it represented everything they despised: globalism, government authority, the military-industrial complex. They saw it as the perfect stage for a violent uprising. Not just protest, a wave of violence and chaos meant to destabilize the state and spark a wider revolution. Prosecutors say the plot was chillingly specific. They planned a multi-pronged assault. Plans to kidnap key political figures including Prime Minister Mark Rutte to hold his leverage. Violent attacks on law enforcement aiming to overwhelm police and military personnel guarding the summit. At the heart of the plan, explosives. Manuals and recipes for IEDs, sourcing chemicals and bomb components. The case finally came to court in Leeuwarden, where the full weight of the state's evidence was presented. The prosecution's argument was simple and direct. This was a serious terrorist plot. The prosecutor played the secretly recorded conversations for the judges, letting the suspects' own words paint the picture of their intentions. They presented the bomb-making manuals found in their possession, the lists of chemicals, and the evidence of their attempts to acquire illegal firearms. The prosecutor emphasized that while their plans may have seemed amateurish at times, their intent was deadly serious. They argued the group posed a significant and credible threat to national security and public safety. In their defense, the suspects presented a very different narrative. One by one, they took the stand, often defiant and dismissive of the court's authority. They claimed their discussions were just fantasy, big talk, fueled by frustration and bravado. One suspect described their group as a talking club, not a terror cell. The authorities, however, see these cases as critically important. For them, the line between big talk and action is dangerously thin. Keeping the public safe means taking threats seriously.